Listen, it's going down in Atlanta this summer. That's right, y'all. Chasing the Beat Live is here. A live experience of queer art and creativity. On Friday, June 21st. Doors open up at 7 p.m. Listen, I done got y'all hoes karaoke with a live band, a little DJ, we got a happy hour, reality TV games. We're gonna have a little dancing, appearances by some of your favorite socialites and celebrities. I'm performing, it don't get no better than that, and so much more. So much more. This is the gayest variety show ever, with a special all-queer hip-hop lineup featuring Ocean Kelly, Goddess Mikey, Hemingway, Ayo Rashawn, and Tiana Banks, plus a whole lot of soul singing from Sunny Dread, Brazy, and Miles Tripp, plus some stand-up comedy from Rockefeller and the social media famous Tommy the Gossip, hosted by yours truly, Quentin T. Harris. Oh yeah, we finna crank it, bitch! Listen, pre-sale tickets are going on right now. Head on over to www.eventbrite.com. Search Chasing the Beat or look for the Apache Cafe profile to get your tickets. Get your tickets now before the pre-sale ends May 31st and the price goes up. Now, I know we all outside this summer, so you and your friends jump in the car and pull up on us down in the Atlanta at the Apache Cafe Friday, June 21st for Chasing the Beat Live, a live experience of queer art and creativity. And yes, I did that in one take. See you there.
Come on, come on, the winner.
About Troy before we met you, season 3 of Chasing Atlanta. Florida boy, Lake City, right?
Lake City.
Okay, yeah, catch us up.
So I grew up in Lake City all my life. I left Lake City at 17 because I went to college. No one knew I was going to college. In high school, when I got in 6th grade up until high school ended, that's when people started speculating that I was gay or saying that I was feminine or I hung around girls all the time, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, I had endured that so much in so many years and trying to like keep my namesake in, Lake City, trying to be the Trey, DL, whatever case may have you. And
you was DL at some point in time?
I was DL. And you wait till you just watch the group chat tomorrow. You'll see my pictures. I was a boy.
Let me see a picture.
One thing about it,
I was a boy.
Yeah.
How was it growing up? So when did you realize that you were gay? That you liked men?
When I was like 5. I knew I was gay when I was like 5 years old because I used to always like, especially once I became being able to be out and around people. Like I would say like my first time like touching or feeling like another guy was like at the kindergarten center when I was in kindergarten. And when everybody else playing mommy and daddy, or we doing something on the playground, we would be in the little tunnel thing. And we would sit in the little tunnel thing. If nobody was coming, we would like kiss and do like stuff like that. Not like, sexual thing, but we would just kiss because you know what kissing is when you're 5. And so we would just get out and go on the thing. But then when I got in like 6th grade was my first time like really like, I wouldn't say having an experience, but yeah, like I would go to the bathroom with the boy, and,
No, it's. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Keep going.
Yes, I would go to the bathroom with the boy, and then like it's so funny because I was telling Darius the other day before I was backstage in the group chat, and I was like, my little universal sign, when they used to be like. I said that used to be our thing. Like when I was saying, we would walk by each other, and if we see each other, we'd just put our hand through our finger, and that made me meet each other in the bathroom so we can kiss and feel on each other. Da, da, da. And I think my first sexual.
You was sucking dick, sure, back then. It's okay to say.
Yes, that's my first time doing that. My first time sucking dick was probably like in 8th grade. 8th grade, and then after that, it was just like all the time though because I had like my regular little fling at the time. And then he moved when I went to 9th grade, and I was so depressed. But he ended up moving back when I was in 11th grade, so I was able to. I ain't had no man, I ain't had no girlfriend. I was very much asexual, so But anyway, yeah. Then when I got in high school, I would say 9th grade, No, because he was before the ninth grade, going into ninth grade, the summer before he left, me and him ended up having sex, and then we just started, having sex all the time until he left, and then. Yeah, then he came back my 11th grade year. We used to go to basketball games together, football games together, but we was always like the bros, the homies, whatever. And then
No, I didn't do all that. I was out. I was out in high school. So like, by the time I got to maybe I would say the 11th. No, maybe the 12th grade. I think it was the 12th grade. Is when I started bringing boys over to the house, and like Mama Twixt would take them out. My mama used to date this lady at the time by the name of Miss Justice. And Miss Justice couldn't come. Miss Justice was like my other mama, my other parent. I love Miss Justice. But she would give my mama money to take all of us out so my mama could interview the boy to see what was going on. But it was one boy and there was another one. But like, bitch, at the time, but by that time, bitch, like I was out. My boyfriend used to come with me to the games. I was SJA president, so like I would sit down. Like all the games, I already had like a seat like down on the court. But I used to sit next to my man.
Period.
Like girl doing all the things.
I wish I had that life, but no. I was.
They used to pull up to the house, pick me up from Miss Nana's house.
Bitch, bitch, that was lit because I didn't have my first like solid boyfriend until my freshman year of college, and I lost my virginity to a girl the summer going into my freshman year of college that I started in the summer. I had my first sexual experience with a girl that summer, and then after that, I was just like, "What's on your face?"
Thank you.
But after that, yeah. But how was it? It was good, but it wasn't for me because afterwards,
clearly,
the bed was like super. It was just too much. The bed was wet. I had to eat her stuff.
How was that?
That was.
I've never done it.
That was horrible.
Wow.
Like just seeing it in your face like that. I wouldn't do it again. I would have it. I can't even say on a drunk night. I wouldn't do it again. I'm sorry.
I've never done it. I've never been down there. I used to have girlfriends in middle school and elementary school. Like I always had a girlfriend every year, and it would always usually be the prettiest one. And they used to be kissing me. I've kissed girls.
But you never had no cootie.
No, but I would like rub it through their panties and stuff like that because they would want me to. Yeah, but like that wasn't. I mean, that's not too bad.
It's not. It's like the girls was grown, boo.
Oh yeah, them girls was grown. Yeah, them girls used to corner me and had their hands all in my pants and grabbing on my butt and stuff. I mean, I used to let them because in my brain I was like, okay, if I'm letting a girl do this, then I must be straight. I'm going to heaven. I ain't gonna die.
No, bitch, I ain't going to heaven, boo.
I'm going to heaven.
Pray many nights.
Me too.
Many nights, like I don't want to be
gay. I don't want to be
this. Like I don't want to be, and that's. Oh, child, I ain't gonna go there because that's a whole nother loophole.
I was finna cry.
We'll go there later because, bitch. Yes, but anyway, yes. Lake City, grew up, went to Tallahassee. I was accepted into FAMU. Funny thing is, I was accepted into 3 colleges. I was gonna go either to FSU, FAMU, or Howard. I didn't want to go to Howard. My mom didn't want me to go to Howard because it was so far away, and I was the only child. And then FSU, I didn't want to go because it was a PWI. I wanted to go to HBCU, like I wanted that experience. So I chose FAMU. And then, I was there for 4 years. That's when I became Touched by Tag. That's when I was styling like the Royal Courts. I was styling the sororities. I was hosting pageants, doing all these things. See, that's what the girls know. I've been doing this since I was in college, but I kind of steered away from it because I knew what I wanted to be. Like, I wanted to be this person. Like, I didn't want to be up there sheltering myself, like, anymore, or whatever may have you. So
in college, you were still trying to be the trade, too?
I wasn't trying to be the trade because I had boyfriends and I was out, but I still wasn't, like, only time you see me, like, be very flamboyant was, like, if I was in a gay club or if I was around, like, my friends. I would say to my senior year of college, and I was 21 when I graduated. My senior year of college is when I actually was just out. Bitch, I was just out and proud because, bitch, I didn't really care at that point. My mom knew, my dad knew, the family knew. It was just like I just was doing me. So that year, like I was in the gay clubs all the time. Bitch, I was makeup sometimes.
Really?
So I used to get me a boy beat. My friend used to do me a boy beat because my friend was a makeup artist and we used to live together. So he would give me a boy beat. Bitch, we would go out to the club. Bitch, that's when I started smoking and doing all of those things. Bitch, I used to do a lot.
Oh my God!
So yeah, when I came out, I just felt free. So I just like it. I let that inner child and that wildlife out in my senior year of college. Like, I had a ball. Like, I just did me.
So, taking a closer look at college, I just heard you say you were doing things such as styling and hosting. So, back then, what is it that you wanted to do? Did you want to be a stylist? Did you want to be a personality? Or you just wanted to do it all?
So, at the time in college, it was just like, I'm going to say for me, when I started styling, it was like, I just really like clothes. I like fashion. I used to call myself like Young Yeezus because I used to love Kanye. I love Kanye so bad. And so at the time, I was just like, I want to be putting clothes on people. I started doing my research on what a stylist was, what a stylist did, all this kind of stuff. I started buying like the stylist kit. I ended up taking a stylist class here in Atlanta, and before I knew it, that's when I started. I wasn't really big on YouTube at the time. I didn't know. I think by being a sheltered kid, like I didn't really know too much about social media. I didn't get an Instagram until my 12th grade. I think it had already been out a year. I got MySpace leg, got Facebook leg, whatever case may have you. But when I realized what YouTube was, I ended up realized I could use my iPad to record on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I would get my iPad or get my camera and not my camera, my phone, and record stuff at the mall and like get the newest items out or whatever, and I would go do a YouTube video. I deleted them all off my thing, which was crazy.
I would love to see that.
I don't know why I didn't, but I did. But I would edit on iMovie on my laptop. I mean, on my iPad, and I would put the videos up.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I didn't even realize at the time that was something that I like doing that. And I like talking to people and explaining like the latest fashions, the newest trends, all this kind of stuff, the latest fashion shows that have happened. And I loved doing that, but I didn't realize like I wanted to be like a host, but I was in school for journalism. Mm-hmm. I was in school for public relations. So it's just like I had to do public speaking. I had to do all of these things to get that degree. So after a while, like once I got known on campus at Such by Tag, like it became like a thing. Like I was working with different makeup artists that was coming up on campus. Like I would host their photo shoots. I would style their photo shoots. It came to where I was making like the little bleach t-shirts, like ripping them up and doing things like that, ripping jeans or cutting jeans or doing whatever. And to what the sororities and the fraternities caught on, I was doing their shirts. Like I was making, when I tell you in college, I was making a bag, and I like even now where I'm at, I have been trying to find that push that I had when I was in college, because I would be up at 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. If I had class at 10, I would go style. If I had a client, I would go style the girl for class. I already have my clothes on, be leaving her dorm, going to class. If I had, when I was styling for Miss FAMU, it's a whole week because they do campaign for a whole week. You know how college go. I had 20 different outfits lined up in my apartment. She would come do her fittings. We would do whatever every morning at 6 o'clock. She had to be ready by 7. She done got her makeup done at 6. At my apartment by 7, we put her outfit on and she's on campus for the day. Like doing events. Like it was that deep to me. And once I took the stylist class here in Atlanta with Gucci Mane stylist at the time, it was just like, I love this. This is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I think that was a scapegoat for me because I still wasn't comfortable showing like this side of like my personality on camera, because I was afraid my daddy was going to see it and see how I really act, or my mom or whoever else was out there going to judge me. And I used to really care about what people thought. So I still didn't get in front of the camera. I was like, I could be be well known, be behind the scenes, styling the biggest people, whatever case may have you, and that's just gonna be that. But then when I did Chasing Atlanta season 3, when I got to Atlanta, it's like that changed everything for me.
How did you get to Atlanta?
I came to it. Well, funny thing, my best friend
the one we saw on the show. What's his name?
Devron.
Devron, okay.
When Devron was in college, we were freshman roommates. Mm-hmm. We became friends. We were real close. He ended up leaving college our sophomore year and going back home to do culinary school. Mm-hmm. Then when like my last year of college, I was like, oh, I want to move to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And this was when Atlanta had just started getting big. This is when I used to come up here with my friends. I ain't really know too much about the gay girls up here. So we used to go to Rush, Rain, all this on the weekend, like, just to come up to Atlanta. And so when I left, I was like, when I was getting ready to leave, I was like, I want to go to Atlanta after I graduate. So I called my friend and I told him, I was like, bitch, I want to move to Atlanta. He was like, oh, me too. And I was like, I'm for real. Like I said, I want to move like January. He said, well, I was planning on moving, but I wanted to move in April. I was like, if you think your job will give you a transfer, would you move in January? And I'm going to see if my job will transfer me or whatever. Because that's when I had started working for BCBG. That's what started the retail world for me. So once he told me that he could get the transfer in January and he was okay with doing that and he'll save up his money, I want to say we traveled to Atlanta twice to find an apartment. We traveled like that September, then we traveled again that November. In November, we solidified the apartment we wanted to stay in. We paid the fees or whatever. January 26th, to be exact, of 2018, I had moved to Atlanta.
Really?
I had moved to Atlanta, and the crazy thing is, I was like, I lost my wallet before I came here, and I was like, oh, it's just not meant for me to go. Like, I'm not supposed to go, da-da-da-da. On our way here, we got pulled over by the police. They searched my whole car on the highway, took all of our stuff out, opened our boxes, closed everything that we had.
I mean, you know, niggas be traveling from Georgia, from Florida to Georgia. What kind of car y'all was driving?
We was in my Central.
Oh, I'm about to say, especially if you're in a Charger or something like that, they definitely pulling you over.
We was in a little Central looking like the little cunts, and whatever. And yeah, they pulled us over, and I was just like, So this is like, it's just too many bad things happening. And then we got to our apartment 30 minutes before the office closed for us to check in. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, but when we actually made it to the apartment, I was actually happy about that, and I felt like, okay, well, maybe we were supposed to be here, everything is going good, whatever case may have you. And we got here, we cried for like a week.
Cause y'all was scared, nervous?
We was scared, we was nervous. And we both didn't, I think he started work 2 days after we moved there. I didn't start working until the next week. So, I don't know, it was just a different feeling. That we was happy to be here, but we was just like, we really love our family, we really love our friends, and we moved to Atlanta. Like, bitch, we really did it. So, once I got to Atlanta, I started hanging out with Ryan the stylist.
He's so famous.
And yes, I used to. Okay, Ryan, I got up there.
Ryan famous,
bitch. On Tamron Hall and all.
Ryan was on Tamron Hall.
On Tamron Hall, like
doing what?
I think
was he talking?
Yes, I think they had. Oh my god! And he was on
I love Ryan.
I love that.
I mean, Ryan's older than me, but like I consider him like. When I think of like the class of girls that I won't say I came up with, because Ryan had already been established, but I consider Ryan like a peer, and I'm always just like looking at him, like seeing what he's doing. I love Ryan. Ryan be doing his thing. He be making his little money.
Yeah, making his money and doing his
little thing, child.
But yeah, I started working with Ryan, and Ryan introduced me to like people at the time, and he would come pull stuff from BCBG because I worked there, and that's how we would pull stuff. And when I started working with Ryan. Ryan was the first person that really started taking me out on the town in Atlanta. Like I used to go to Opera when they had third Saturdays, and I would go to, of course, Compound on first Fridays. But Ryan would take me to like Edgewood, and we would do the rooftop little thing on like Taco Tuesday or Wednesday. And one night, I was there and I met Montel and Cameron.
Did you know they were on Chasing Atlanta?
Yes, I knew they were on Chasing Atlanta because I watched Chasing Atlanta season 1 in Tallahassee because Devon was on there, because Devon used to go to FAMU. So I knew of him, and then Devon was trade at FAMU too. So when he was trade at FAMU and he came out on the show and he posted to his page, everybody was like, oh my God, like Devon is going to be on this gay show. And I watched the show. And I was like, okay, I love the show, whatever. But I had no intentions on being on the show. And then season 2 came out that next year. I moved to Atlanta. That was in 2017. I moved to Atlanta in 2018, and that's when I see Montel and Cameron out. This was like maybe February, March, and I think they were getting ready to do the casting call, or already in the casting call. And
they should have been getting ready to do the reunion if it was February of 2018.
March
of 2018.
Well, they did the they sent out the thing or the casting call like maybe a couple months after that. I'm thinking. Because we were already...
The casting call didn't come out until August.
Yes, August.
Maybe July, but I'm leaning more towards August. Really? Yes.
Because when we started filming, September or October?
October.
I thought it was September.
So you know what? You may have started in September. How I always remember, I went to New York City. And that's where I filmed the Sugar video. The same week I found out I was on Chasing Atlanta is when I ended up filming that video to Sugar on Coney Island when nobody was there. And then the video actually didn't even come out until like years later, during the pandemic, and everybody
Like,
thought I had went to Coney Island during the pandemic and shot it because nobody was there. And I'm like, no, bitch, I lost the footage. I couldn't put it out. Anyways, but that's how I always remember it. So like, I feel like the casting call came out in August. We got phone calls maybe September, October, and then we was filming. We was definitely filming by November, December, definitely.
I feel like we was filming earlier than that, Oliver. I was gonna say August, but Oliver, I feel like we was
maybe October, maybe.
Because I'm like, we filmed. I know because we had to film before that because who did we go? We did the Christmas thing with Montel.
Let me see. I'll tell you exactly.
But either way. I met Montel and Cameron out one night. I went and said hey to Montel and Cameron. Montel was like, "Oh, this is my friend from Instagram," because I had used to DM Montel from the show because I had liked him on the show. Mm-hmm. So Montel DM'd me back, and then when I left the place that night, he DM'd me, was like, "You ever think about being on the show?" I was like, "No." He was like, "I really think you got a potential. Like you can grow from the show, whatever case may have you." And he was like, "I'm gonna send you the link." He was like, "But you're gonna have to do it by the end of the night tomorrow because it closes." Mm-hmm. And literally the next night, I stayed up. I remember because I had to work, and I got home. I got myself together, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta do this thing." I put on my whatever. I did my application, whatever. By the time, I think it was a little extensive back then because you had to write the whole.
I remember something like this.
You had to write a paragraph and all this kind of stuff, whatever, or a little whatever. Mm-hmm. So I explained why you deserve to be on the show. Mm-hmm. So I ended up doing that, and by the time that happened, it was like 11 something. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to record a video, and that's what a lot of people don't know. I did not record a video to be on season 3.
Really?
I didn't record a video. Marcel was like, I told Marcel, I'm not gonna be able to record a video. He was like, "It's okay, don't worry about it. I got you." And literally, I ended up going to the interview. They ended up calling me back for an interview. I went to the interview in that law office space.
Mm-hmm. Up there in Perimeter.
In Perimeter. And with, who was it?
It was Kiri, Kevon, and Dario. And Mark was there.
And then there was some other guy.
Was it the boy who Gardini be cussing out all the time now? Who on that other show? Real Life Philanthropy, some shit. Not Hakeem. What's the other short boy? He's short. He's small. And he on that show, Real Life Philanthropy.
I know he's talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Was he in the room? Malik. No,
I don't think it was Malik. It was somebody else. Maybe it was.
Oh, was it Jen? Was Jen in the room? Because I feel like there were 2 women in the room.
Yes, it was Jen.
Okay.
Oh my God, Jen Johnson. It sure was Jen. Bro.
That messy bitch.
I got it too with Jen. I got it too with Jen so bad, bitch. But yes, ended up getting called, and then a couple days after that, they called me and told me that they wanted me to be on the show, and bitch, that's what started my chase reality.
Come on,